This is the Goin to the Endzone Podcast.
Welcome to this week's Going to the Endzone Podcast with Jack Burney and Colton Cassini, the head football coach of St. Mary of the Woods, Blaine Powell, and Grant Pugh. We're coming to you to the Woods because St. Mary of the Woods continues to roll. It's spread football. Coach Powell, thanks for having us out for this week's show.
Yeah, thanks for coming out. That's awesome.
I mean,
awesome having all you guys. It's awesome.
You guys were the last team in the Valley to start football. You know, you had the longer wait, but you guys have started, and now you're rolling along on this season. You just had your first home game, and what an opportunity this weekend. You guys have homecoming on Saturday.
Yeah, it is. I mean, not only homecoming, but get to face the team we're tied with for first place. It's pretty awesome, and we're just looking forward to it. Every week gets bigger and bigger. Really, we talk about really after week 3, it's playoff season for us. And you just got to keep building toward the playoffs and get yourself ready.
Coach, you're off to a 3-0 start. I was at the game Saturday, and the defense was just flying around. They had 4 turnovers and that safety. Just what can you say about the defensive unit? Only giving up 16 points through 3 weeks, and just what they've meant to you for this 3-0 start.
Well, I mean, first of all, I'm just very impressed with them. Just the effort level they have, and the attention to details they have during practice is really something to see for kids this age. Really, I mean. They're not distracted. They're very focused on what they need to do, and it's paying off on the field.
You've outscored in the first 3 games 131 points to 16 points. No big deal. Not like your offense is explosive or anything. What do you attribute that explosive, obvious offense to?
Talent. We have really good talent at every position, and more than anything, it's execution. And we have a variety of things we can do, and sometimes it takes us a little bit to get going, but once we do, we've been very successful. And really it all starts up front, and it's the same way with defense as well. We've controlled the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball, and that's so important.
How nice is it to know you can do things in different ways too? I mean, your defense has stepped up, your offense has certainly stepped up. It's just nice. You have that depth, but you have guys that know they've played multiple positions in high school. Now they know they can play multiple spots for you guys as well.
Right. Yeah, and we do. I mean, we use guys in several different positions, and it is a nice thing to have and be able to move guys around and do some different things with them. And we don't really. I guess you could say we're not really tied to a certain scheme. We just we find what's good for us and go with it and throw it against the wall and see what happens. And so far, we've been successful with it.
Coach, one of the stories on this year's team is the amount of local talent from the Wabash Valley. I believe you guys have 24 local products playing for you guys. Just what does that say about the talent in the area, and how cool is it to rely on these local guys around St. Mary of the Woods College to help promote that winning team?
I mean, I've always thought that. We were kind of, the Wabash Valley high schools were kind of an untapped, thing here in the area. And I feel like there's so many kids that could go play and go play at a high level and just never really got the chance, And I feel like we have the right situation for a lot of kids because we do have a smaller roster than a lot of schools, and it gives you a chance to compete to play right now. And it's paid off, and these kids are great. I mean, we want to start in the Wabash Valley and build from there, and that's certainly what we've done, and really proud of the kids that we've got.
And that, of course, lends itself to a huge fan base around here, too. And a lot of people who are coming out to support family members of those local guys, but also just people in the community who are really excited to see this team have so much success right away. What has that meant to see those stands be full of people, both locals and, of course, you do have a lot of players from all over the place who have loved ones who come to watch, too?
Yeah, it's been a blast. I mean, to come out and I feel like we do a really good job of selling what we have. The people in the Wabash Valley have been great. Had so many people that don't even have somebody playing on our team reach out and say, "Hey, I'm coming this weekend. Can't wait to watch you guys play." And it's just been kind of overwhelming a little bit with the amount of people that have really enjoyed it, and I think it's only going to grow. I mean, the sport itself, it's always been on the East Coast, and now, I remember when we first started this program, we didn't, we would reach out to to kids, they would know what it was. You know, explain it to me, you know, and you'd have to go through the whole thing with them. But now, you know, everybody, I don't care, you know, if they're from Hawaii, New Mexico, California, everywhere, you know, down south, they all know what it is now as soon as you call them, you know, and we've got so many kids reaching out to us now, which makes things a lot better too. So, and that all comes from the support we get. I mean, you know, kids tell their friends, you know, hey, come here. It's, you know, that you get great support. And I mean, I know we had a bunch of kids just, you know, before the game going out and, you know, to the tailgate area and just getting to know people, you know, kids that aren't from here, getting to know people in the Wabash Valley, and you know, it's awesome. And just, I love it.
Has it flown by for you? I mean, you know, you take the job last year, had your first season, win the championship, now year 2. And also, how have you seen yourself kind of grow and change as you're in year 2 now of this season with the Woods? Yeah,
it has flown by, and I think more than anything, I've gained a lot of patience because it's, you know, in the recruiting and everything, you have to have patience and just, you know, stick to it and just work. You know, that's what, you know, we tell our kids all the time, that this program was built on just, you know, come to work every day, doing your job, and, you know, doing the best you can. And, you know, some days things aren't going to work out and other days they are, but you just got to keep coming to work every day. And so, you know, more than anything, I've just learned patience throughout this time. So.
Coach, obviously last year, you know, you win the championship in the inaugural season. This year you get off to a strong start. Is there an added motivation knowing that, all right, last year was the start, and you want to show the rest of the league that last year was the start and we're going to be this good consistently year in and year out?
Sure. Yeah, I mean, definitely. I mean, you know, last year it was us sneaking up on everybody because we got such a late start at recruiting. And now this year we kind of got a target on our back, and you know, and that's what you want. You know, you want that target. You want people coming after you, and you know, that's important, because I think you can really build your program that way. You know, even more than just being the underdog every week and making these getting these upsets and things like that. Now, if you're the team that everybody's chasing, I mean, you know, it's added motivation. I mean, you just want to keep stacking wins.
And, you know, you said battle for first place this weekend. That's going to be a big one. What are going to be some of the keys to that win and an opportunity again to stack another win up?
I mean, it starts on defense. They have a really good running game. You know, probably one of the best running backs in the league. He led the league in rushing last year. So, you know, right off the bat, that's the target. You know, got to slow him down and force him into doing things that they don't want to do. I think we got to take care of the ball. That's one thing we've left a lot of possessions out there this year through turnovers and just, you know, things like that. And, you know, offensively, we just, you know, it'll take us a minute or two, but we'll get it figured out and we'll get things rolling. But, you know, more than anything is just control the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball. I mean, and just, you know, play more physical than them. The game comes down to how physical you play.
Right.
You can't get around that, no matter what scheme you run, and
right.
no matter what kids you have. You got to play physical, or you're not going to win football games.
Look at the bigger picture. How cool is it to be a part of something here at the Woods where athletics are on the rise? I mean, I feel like everything's on the rise. Academics, but you got, you know, men's volleyball started, basketball's got some new blood. You guys certainly in your second year. It's got to be exciting to help build part of that. I mean, you're a big part of that here, but everything at the Woods seems like it's on the rise right now, Coach.
Oh, it is. It's fun being around it because, I mean, you look at our women's volleyball program is just, you know, they're just rolling right now, and you know, softball is consistently year in, year out one of the top teams in our league and the NAIA, and you know, it just it is great to see so many kids, so many talented kids on campus at once like this, and it creates excitement, and you know, I think, you know, people of the Wabash Valley really need to support these teams. Because I think if they just come to, you know, one women's volleyball game, one men's volleyball game, you know, softball, whatever it is, you know, they're going to be shocked at how good it is. You know, everybody hears about it, reads about it, right. But until you see it live, you don't see how good and well conditioned and talented that these athletes are here. And so, you know, that would be my advice: is just come and watch it, enjoy it.
Are you ready for something You have the game Saturday, but you
Mm-hmm.
have something even bigger than the game Saturday this week. Can you survive our suggestion box, Coach? You're going to be up first.
I'm gonna be up.
Oh, you're so excited.
you're
I
so
can
jacked,
tell.
we can
yeah,
tell.
I'm always up for suggestions.
Oh, they're more just
They're
questions.
more just random questions. Don't worry.
Okay. Would you rather learn a new sport or a new instrument?
Ooh.
Well, it'd have to be a sport because I don't play an instrument. So.
What sport?
Which one?
Yeah, there's a lot of them.
Oh, man, I don't know. I tried to play a little pickleball this summer.
Ooh, how did that go?
I'm not good. I'm not real good. I don't move as well as I used to, but it was fun. It's fun.
Yeah, it is kind of hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lot of, it's a
But
lot more
yeah, I'd say
energetic. than you
pickleball is pretty cool.
think. Okay. Grant?
Yeah, pickleball's up there. How about some ping pong? You know, everyone
Yeah.
plays ping pong. You can get competitive with ping pong, something like that. Yeah.
All right.
I'll go with a new instrument. I learned lacrosse in high school, and it was very hard to learn, so I haven't really learned a new instrument. I would love to play guitar, you know?
I think
Yeah,
I think I'm going to echo that. I think learning the guitar would be nice. I started learning the piano last year, and
There
it
you
was
go.
really fun. Maybe I could continue to do that too, and even get even better. But maybe the guitar, I don't know. Yeah, I'm not very athletic, so it's probably better that I stay away from the
All right,
sports.
here's question 2. Let's see what we got here. Would you rather compete in a foot race or a spelling bee?
Like I said, I'm not very fast anymore, so I'd have to say spelling bee.
I'll echo that.
We won't start asking you to spell things right now.
I would rather do a spelling bee. I'd have a much better chance of winning a spelling bee. Yep.
I was on Spell Bowl in elementary school, so definitely
Yeah,
spelling
it sounds
bee.
like we have a new segment for the podcast or for WTWO Sports, right? Spell these schools and athletes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Athlete names. Sometimes that's
That
okay.
can get
Grant.
hard. Okay. Oh, what is a? Here we go. I know what a couple of these are though. What is a non-football related hobby of yours? Non-football related hobby.
I would say just being a grandpa is number one.
Yeah.
That's got to be number
It's
one.
not.
right?
It's not really a hobby. It's just I really love spending time with my grandson, and I'm a big video gamer. Yeah, 2K,
Nice.
There you go.
NBA 2K. That's all I play in the off season. Really, you just kind of go away from everything
Yeah.
for a while, 6 or 8 hours at a time.
Yeah.
Nice, nice.
Jack, what about you?
What was the question?
Non-football related.
hobby.
Oh,
Maybe non-sports related.
I love singing. I was a big singer in high school, though, so
Another
I
new
was
segment
singing-
on the
I was singing on the
podcast.
car on the way here. I know you guys were behind me. You probably saw me singing, but
We have yet to hear you sing, and
Yeah, it
that's a
sounds
problem.
like another new segment on going to the end.
yeah, maybe
Yeah.
maybe coming down the line we'll have to figure
Yeah,
that out.
that sounds good. Well, I like to read. I like to do yoga. That's about as athletic as I get. So, yeah, I would say those things.
Reading, yoga. I'm like Coach Powell. I'm waiting on NCAA football to come
Yes.
back
Yeah.
next year. Speaking of video
Yeah.
games, although that's sports related kind of. So, but yeah, reading. It's never a bad thing to read. Can we talk about food? I like
Yeah.
like cooking and stuff like that. So anytime there's a
Yes.
new recipe, especially
Yes.
a tailgating recipe, which again is football related, but hey, can't go wrong.
And a
with some
nice cold
food.
beer doesn't
Yes.
hurt anybody ever either.
Never.
So,
Never.
yeah,
Not at
let's
all.
be honest about that.
Right.
Okay.
Oh, that's one.
Yeah. All right. Let's end this on a strong one. Cake or pie?
I don't eat sweets.
What?
Okay.
What? But if you had to choose,
Trash.
If I had to choose,
Pick another one. Pick another one.
I'm going to
Yeah,
pick another
yeah.
oh, we
one.
can
Pick
still
another
make him
one.
answer this one too, though.
Oh, this is a good
I
one.
do like pumpkin pie.
Okay,
Yeah,
there we
it's
go.
all right.
See, pie.
okay.
What about you? And then we'll do that one too. We'll have a bonus question.
Cheesecake? Does that count?
Cake.
That's a third answer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll always go with cake. Yeah.
I'm a pie guy.
Pie guy. Okay. All right. We'll do this one instead. What was your first job? First paying job?
First paying job. I worked at Mr. Gaddy's.
What is that?
It was a pizza place
Oh.
in Linton.
Nice.
I made the dough and cleaned
Cool.
up tables,
I also-
washed
I-
dishes,
I worked at Papa Murphy's Steak and Big Pizza, so I also made
delivered
pizzas.
pizzas too.
Oh,
there,
nice. Nice.
Too. Yeah.
I mean, does this count? I mean, like this is like my first real big boy job. But,
Well, that's
so-
revealing, yeah.
So I'll go with
Yeah.
that.
There we go. I was an umpire for T-ball.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
heck yeah,
cool.
dude,
I started to
Okay,
drive.
okay.
I could tell you some
You still
stories
look
about
like one.
parents.
You still
Well,
look
yes,
like one.
thank you. But yeah, parents. I can tell you some parent stories from T-ball umpire because even at that level, it's
Oh,
Yeah,
I know.
it's crazy.
Yeah,
man.
Where
it's-
did you get more complaints, as an umpire or as a sports reporter, anchor, not showing what somebody wants from parents?
oh, definitely an umpire.
Yeah,
for
okay,
sure.
good,
I mean,
good,
it was,
good.
And
Good,
even
that's
back
good to
then,
know.
that's been years ago. But
Yeah,
yeah, it's
true. Very true. Awesome.
Also, we did not plan this, but we kind of did plan this. We're all matching, as you guys can tell, in our
We like to support the Poms.
I know, we all have
We like
blue
to
on.
support the Pomeroys, that is for sure.
Hey, but St. Mary's, a big game Saturday, homecoming, 4 o'clock. Coach, thanks for coming on this week's show and for having us on the podcast.
It's awesome.
Hey, more Going to the Endzone podcast coming your way right after this.
Welcome back to the Going to the Endzone podcast. We were just joined by Coach Powell. We're now joined by 3 Pomeroys. We got Jacob Skinner, Austin Petrello, and Blaine Bamey. Guys, thank you for coming on the show and joining us on this week's podcast.
No problem, man.
Appreciate you having us.
First question, just for all 3 of you, just talk about the opportunity to play for the St. Mary of the Woods College football program. Obviously, it's year 2 of this program, but obviously, it's an opportunity to play at the next level, and I'm sure you guys are grateful for that. And obviously, to play for a winning team that helps too,
Oh, yeah. It's big, man. Considering it was the first year last year, and we're trying to repeat that and keep it going, start like a legacy here, So that's the goal.
I think you said it, opportunity. Like, I wasn't here last year like these guys, and that's why I came here, because I saw opportunity, both, winning and just creating something special to keep going. They won last year. We want to get one going this year and then just continue to build that standard going on year after year.
Yeah, last year I feel like we created a winning mindset, and year 2, nothing has changed. So I think we're just going to keep rolling with that.
Just how cool is it to, like you guys kind of mentioned already, play here at the start of a program and be kind of, like the first group of guys to kind of, build this winning culture and build this program up?
It's definitely a lot, but, like, I accept it and I love it, Everybody kind of looks at us and, like, we're known for it now, so it's good. It's a good feeling to be known as those guys, So I take pride in it, a lot of pride.
I mean, you got to. I just feel like I have to live up to the standard that these guys built. I give these guys credit for everything they did last year. And but at the same point, we don't want to hang on last year. We got to continue building on what we already established. So, it's just day in and out. You got to take it a day at a time. And that's how it's little steps for the bigger picture.
Yeah, it's definitely nice to think about, going down the road in the future. When you look back at the first program, it's going to be our names on it. So to say we create this building, we created this winning program, it's nice to say.
This one's for my 2 defensive guys. You guys are off to a pretty good start. You've given up 16 points across 3 games. I think you're averaging like 5.9 points a game.
That's 5.3.
5.3. All right. Yeah. Sorry about that. I knew I was close. You guys get 4 turnovers in the safety last week. I was there for the first quarter. You guys were flying around to the ball. Just talk about the hot start on defense. And do you guys think you can keep it going, be one of the best defenses in the league?
I do. I think that is definitely our strong point. I think our offense is very strong as well, though. I'm not taking anything away from them, but our defense, I think we click very well. And I think we got the right people in the right spots to make plays. I think it'll carry on.
And I think the weapons and the confidence that we have in our offense, gives more fire to our defense. And just in the team as a whole, we trust each other and we just know, the pieces that we have. So I think that gives us the confidence when we're on the field, even when we are in sticky situations. You saw against Calumet, we had 2 punts pin us down inside the 10-yard or 15-yard line. And we was able to get a stop. I think they only got 3 points out of it. And after that happened, I knew, all right, we're gonna win this game because I know our offense can go out there and score points. We just got to limit the other team as much as we can. And as long as we all do our job, that's going to happen.
Yeah, Braylon, for you, I mean, the offense is rolling too. You guys scored over 40 points back-to-back weeks. You scored 59 points in week 2. Just talk about the offensive unit, what it's like to, when you guys are rolling like that.
It's nice, but it starts with these guys.
Yep.
They're putting us in good field position. So, when we can capitalize off that, it averages touchdowns. So it's just nice having them out there.
I like to ask this to all the players we have on. Do you guys have any game day routines? Like, is there a meal you have to eat on game day? Is there a song you have to listen to get hyped up before the game?
2 things. I got to eat noodles, ramen noodles of some sort.
What flavor?
Chicken.
Okay,
Chicken.
That's
Chicken's
the
universal.
go-to.
Yeah, just carb up. And I usually drink about 7 body armors.
I love those.
Yeah, I go crazy. And then I will, This Town by Rihanna.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
That is a good one.
Yeah, that's a
What
good
about
song,
you guys?
That's decent. I'm taking at least a 15-minute power nap before every game. I got to get me a good nap. I definitely have to eat. It really doesn't matter what it is. And then if I had to pick a song, I'm going to let him answer so I can think about it.
Okay. We'll come back.
Because I know you have a song.
Probably the same as him, especially on away games. I love the power nap on the bus.
Yeah.
I'm probably going to fall asleep as soon as I get on the bus. So that's one for me. And then I'm going to have to say, Baby Birkin or Rich Millie Playing by Gunna for the pregame song.
Those are good. I don't know. If I had to give one. Probably Bonfire.
There you go.
Yeah.
Some solid answers. Well, guys, thank you for joining this week's show. You're off to a great 3-0 start. We hope it continues. We look forward to covering you guys for the rest of the season.
Yes, sir.
Thanks, sir. Appreciate it.
We'll be back with more Going to the Endzone podcast right after this.
Welcome back to our Going to the Endzone podcast. Special thanks to the Pomeroys and Coach Powell for stopping by at the big game coming up on Saturday. But guys, we have to talk some high school football coming up Friday. Week 8 of the high school football season. Just 2 weeks left in the regular season.
Crazy.
Which is hard to believe. It's going to make us sad. So we'll just get straight to the football. Let's start with Terre Haute South. They got a big win. Jack, you were there on Friday. Big night for the Braves and a big comeback.
Yeah, big comeback for Terre Haute South. I was very impressed. Zaire White, I mean, he's been outstanding all year. He had 29 carries, 201 yards, 3 touchdowns in the game winner for South. I was really impressed with their offense. I mean, every time they needed to score, Brebeuf was scoring and keeping it competitive. It was going back and forth. But every time South needed to score, Brady Wilson was there with a big throw to either A.J. Watkins, Chris Herron. Amir Holman had a couple of big plays too. So they have a lot of playmakers on that offense, and the defense, they got stops when they needed to. Something that they haven't had early in the year in those close games. It was nice to see them finally put it together at the end of a game, a close game on Friday, and they get a big time win. They're 3-4, 2 in a row.
Look to be 4-4 if they can get a win against Southport on Friday night. Nicole, later in the year, this is what Lynn does. They got to find different ways, find out about themselves a little more. Miners get another impressive win against North Knox as they kind of hit the stride before sectional play.
Yeah, a shutout win. I mean, those are always good to see. Now they have an in-county game. They've got to travel to Eastern Green, who's also 4-3, I believe. And that's a good matchup. But I think that, Linton is going to keep rolling through, and I think that this will be a good matchup for them because they'll have their fans traveling right over there. It's not a far drive, and Eastern Green is a really good program too, so I think it'll be a good game and pretty competitive, but I think the Miners are hitting that stride right now where, like you said, they're finding ways to really just outperform their teams that they're going up against, and I expect that to continue, and we really see them start to roll as they hit that stride right before the postseason. They like to do that usually. So.
Sectional draws coming up soon. We have to brag on Riverton Park. Riverton Park, they won our play of the night by 2 votes. They beat Lawrenceville by 2 votes on Monday. Panthers got a big win. They get a county matchup with Park Heritage this week, Jack, but RP winning that play of the night.
Yeah, good for RP. I mean, Kyle Price, a quarterback run, 45-yard touchdown. They have a lot of talent. They had that 5-game losing streak, but it was nice for them to get a win. Big time 53-0 win on Friday. And I think Park Heritage is going to be a good matchup. I think it's 2 evenly matched teams, so I'm expecting a good game on Park County Friday night.
Another team up north that is rolling, that would be the South Vermillion Falcons.
Yeah.
We had Coach Barrett on earlier this season. South Vermillion, a road trip this week, but that offense is just humming.
They really are, and Seeger, I think 5-1. They're a pretty good program in terms of their record too. It's a road game, but on both sides of the ball. I mean, they've been performing well defensively. South Vermillion has too. We had Shyrock on the podcast, week 2? And he's had quite the year. I think he's got several sacks under his belt and several tackles as well, averaging several tackles. And, of course, we talked about early in the year that Garzolini, he wanted to go after those records, and he has just continued, as you said, to just hum through game after game. And I look to see them bring quite the matchup to Seeger this weekend.
Yeah, so much talent for the Wildcats.
Yeah.
I mean, that Sullivan game, I think, woke them up early in the year. They haven't lost since then. And Dallas Coleman, 4 touchdowns Friday night. Parker Weir, they've got so much talent, especially in the offensive side of the ball. So, I mean, they're rolling at the right time, just like Linton is. And who knows, maybe we see that matchup down the line.
Could be a lot of fun. Speaking of Sullivan, they have a big one in Indian Creek this week. The Arrows, at home at least, they get a key test against Indian Creek before they get ready for sectional play in a couple weeks. Northview coming up short last week against Guerin Catholic, a game they really felt like they should have won. But, hey, they get Edgewood this week. It should be win for the Northview Knights there. Terre Haute North still seeking that first win of the season. The schedule does not get any tougher.
No, Guerin Catholic,
Patriots get
right?
Guerin Catholic this
Yeah.
week. And guys, we have to brag on KZ Westfield. They're still undefeated.
Yes.
They got the big win as we thought they might against their rival Marshall last week, but the fact they're still the last Valley team unbeaten on the season.
Yeah, I mean, good for the Warriors. Connor Sullivan, he had 4 touchdowns. They scored over 50 points again. They've been rolling. A big test for them this week against Mount Carmel. I think that's probably their toughest game yet, but the Warriors have responded to every test they've had so far this season, so I'm interested to see how they play against a team like Mount Carmel. Like I said, probably their toughest game on the schedule yet.
Yeah, they've got the momentum going. They just need to keep that and, really dial in and practice this week, and I think they could continue on with that unbeaten streak.
Another key game, North Davies at North Knox this week should be a lot of fun. And how about North Central? They got the win Saturday.
Yeah.
They're back at home on Friday night as well. We have a lot of football planned all weekend long. Hey, thanks for watching this week's Going to the Endzone podcast. We'll see you next time.